Hi, and welcome to the summer session of George Washington University School Law course. You are in my section. My name is Jennifer Rippner, and I am excited to be your instructor. A little bit about myself. I have a law degree and a doctorate, and my PhD is from the University of Georgia, and my law degree is from the University of Florida. And I've worked and practiced both in Florida and Georgia. And then I also work for a national law firm based in DC, so I got to work with folks in lots of different states across the country. And that's helped me as I get to know all of you and students in past semesters, because I know you all are all over the country and some even outside of the country. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and getting to know about you and your goals and helping you learn your state's law as well as our federal constitutional law. Some words of wisdom. I just wanted to do a short introduction so you all could meet me and get a few notes as you read over the syllabus and other documents that are attached to the email with this video. This course is a little bit like a roller coaster. So you might look at the syllabus and get very overwhelmed. There's assignments and readings and videos, and it's in a language, legal language I don't know anything about. And so it's kind of like getting into the ride. You know, you walk up to the ride and you see all the loops and the heights and you're a little nervous, but you buckle in. Then you start going up that first hill, and you're going up and it's going real slow and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? That's kind of how you might feel the first week or two as you start doing readings and listening to the videos and start working your way through assignment 1 of like, what is this? This is going so slow, and it's like I feel like I'm wading through mud, and I mean, I know there's going to be a cliff that I'm going to go over in just a minute. This isn't just from me. This is from students who have taken this course before. They say about midway through or at some point in the course, it all clicks, and then it's like going downhill, and they enjoy the loop-de-loos and the rides because they realize that the cases that they're reading are just stories. Cases are stories about a dispute and how that dispute was resolved and what the resolution tells us about how to act in the future. Statutes are about telling citizens of that state what is and is not going to happen with regard to some certain policy. And so as you get familiar with locating your state law and then reading it and understanding it, as well as the cases, you'll be doing all the loop-de-loos and raising your hands and just going, wee, this is so great and this is so fun. I can 99% guarantee you. Most of the students, actually 100% of students at the end of a course who have approached me or emailed me said, this was so great. I really appreciate it now. Same students that were real worried at the front. So I hope that gives you some comfort. The other part I want you to realize is that the law is not the same thing as political correctness, morals, ethics, or values. Those are all personal to each one of us, and many times they're shared in a society or especially certain parts of a society, certain geographic regions, certain age groups. The law applies to everybody no matter who you are, and in the case of U.S. constitutional law, no matter where you are in the nation. And so don't think that this is just common sense. It's not. We'll talk a little bit about a teacher in Georgia that had a high school teacher, had a classroom full of students. Some she knew were immigrants, some were not, and some boys who were not immigrants wore shirts to school that had the Make America Great Again slogan. And it was the day after President Trump had said something about the wall. And she was worried that that would offend some of the immigrant students in the class. And so she told the boys to go to the bathroom and turn their shirts inside out to protect the feelings of the other student. Probably good intentions. Maybe some would say that's common sense, but it's illegal, right? Because what you'll learn is that teacher, inadvertently or not, restricted the two boys who were wearing the shirts their constitutional right to free speech. Those are the kinds of things we're going to go over in this class. And so it is important you do the readings, the assignments, watch the videos, because you won't be able to just get by if this is what I think it should be. Your first step in getting this email and this video is to read the syllabus a couple times. Make sure you understand the dates. We give them to you in a couple different ways, including a calendar format, and move those dates into your own calendar if you're using a different one. Maybe make a copy of the calendar and bring it with you to work or wherever you'll be this summer so you have it. Review the assignments, and more information on each assignment will be in Blackboard for you. I think any complaint that we've gotten about this course is that we give you too much information. So we'll have more once Blackboard's up. And then I also use course announcements and email liberally to remind you of things over and over and over again. This course is during the summer, and we know that some of you take summer vacations. However, there are group projects both for assignments 1 and 2 if there's other folks from your state in the course, and certainly for the internship you will be in a group. You need to have Wi-Fi access consistently throughout the course. If you are going on vacation or will be away from Wi-Fi for 36 hours or more, please contact me and let me know of this, and let's see if that's something we can work around. In some cases where students have proposed to be away from Wi-Fi for 2 weeks or more, they haven't been able to take this class because that precludes them from working with other students and getting really behind on the video lectures that we have posted for you. And so with that, part of that is because participation is really key. We expect y'all to respond to each other in a timely manner. We expect each of you to pull your own weight with projects, and I'm here to help if there's any issues with that. You'll also see office hours on the calendar. I will offer 3 hours each week. For a few of those weeks, the first 2 weeks of the course and the last week of course, those are open, which means I'll be here online on video on Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. And when you log in through Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, which is on Blackboard, I'll be here waiting to get your questions. So whenever the office hour starts, whoever's on can ask a question, I'll answer it. I'll record them and post them, and so other students who can't join will get the benefit of hearing me answer questions. But I will not have a lecture planned, and so please, if you're logging in and on the Blackboard, come with a question or something to discuss. And those are optional. You don't have to log in if you don't want to. It's just if you have questions. Other office hours in weeks 3 through 7, we're going to be offering small group discussions. And those will allow you to talk with some of your classmates and analyze an issue that would appear on the midterm or final exam with some of your classmates. So you could be exempt from up to a third of your final by participating in small groups. And again, lots more information to come on that. And I have on the calendar noted which office hours are which. Assignments 1 and 2 are about you doing a scavenger hunt for your state law. We think it's really important that you understand your state's law regarding teacher tenure, governance, who's making the policies and regulations in your state, whole bunch of things. So assignments 1 or 2 are about that. And if there are other people in our course from your state, you'll work with them on doing that. And we'll give you those group assignments when the course opens. Assignment 3 is also called the internship, and we are required to offer that as part of the course. And so because a lot of legal things are confidential, we have created a simulated special education case for you to wade through with a group. You'll be looking at student Forrest Gump, and you'll be going through an eligibility process and an IEP meeting. The important thing is not necessarily about getting the exact right goal for us. We're not going to focus on the psychometrics as much as you all learn to follow the legal process. Because a lot of times what we find is that in schools, because either lack of knowledge or there's just not enough time, schools aren't following the federal and state processes for IDEA. So that's what we're going to concentrate on in our internship. And then finally, you'll be graded on a midterm exam and a final exam. And we'll talk more about that. I have asked you in this email to respond to me with some questions, or respond to me with some questions I've asked of you. So what state are you working in now? That helps us to put you in different groups. What state you want to study. What is your level of special education experience? Are you working in a public or private school right now? And then, as I mentioned earlier, is there any portion of the 8 weeks that you will be without Wi-Fi? That is about it. I will talk to you again when our course starts. Of course, you can email me before then if you have any questions looking over the syllabus. You can go ahead and get started reading on the Dayton assignment, or in the Dayton book, chapters 1 and 2. But knowing all the things that I just covered in this 11 minutes, we'll go more into depth about through the course. So have a good rest of June until I see you June 24th when we make the course live, and then the course will start June 25th. So have a good next few weeks. Bye.